Real Madrid drop points against Real Betis while we're waiting for Getafe against FC Barcelona at Getafe's home. This match announces itself to be a very tricky match and a match that comes with a lot of problems because we're going to play this match with while lacking a lot of our key players, notably Lamine Yamal, the most creative player, and Raphina, one of the most lethal finishers in our squad. All these details we're going to see in our video. But before we continue, endeavor to subscribe, like, and comment. Tell me what you think in the comment section. How do you think Barcelona are going to board this particular match? Are they going to drop points? Do you think the La Liga race or the La Liga race is over? Is Barcelona going to be crowned champion before the El-CLASSICO? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Back to our topic of the day. Getafe against FC Barcelona. Getafe is a team that we have to understand that it is not like the Getafe that we've been seeing recently. The kind of Getafe where they play defensive football, so solid. The kind of Getafe that are struggling, that battling relegation, are trying not to be relegated. Okay, maybe at the second part of the table between the 10th and the 20th, that are just struggling there. That's not the Getafe that we have this season. Mind you that the Getafe we have this season is the Getafe that is actually sixth on the league table. They were six before the match against Real Madrid. Before the match Real Betis Real Madrid, they were sixth on the league table, and they actually had the same number of points with Celta Vigo that were that were seventh place. So they are actually six, just meaning that they have a better goal difference compared to Celta Vigo. Hence, sixth place means that they are qualified for the Europa Conference League. And I don't think being qualified for the Europa Conference League, they're going to allow their chances of qualifying for the Europa League or even the Champions League slipping away from them. Do let me know, do you think Getafe are going to qualify for the Champions League or Europa League? You let me know of that in the comment section below. Now let's continue. Getafe this season are not that defensive. They're playing good football. Maybe when they meet bigger teams like Barcelona and Real Madrid, they tend to defend a lot, yes, because against the big boys, they want to limit the damage. They don't want to concede a lot of goals because they know that against Real Madrid, against Barcelona, they're not going to have a lot of the ball. Okay, ball possession will not be theirs. Hence, their only means of security is to defend. Maybe because if we look at their last five matches, actually they've had three wins. Three wins they've won against Sociedad, among those three they won against Bilbao, among those three wins they won against somebody again, but they've had three wins and they've had two losses. And notably, they've been a win that they won against Sociedad, where when you look at the statistics of that particular match, they are they have zero shots on target. It means they didn't shot any time on target, but they won that match with a goal. I don't know how they did it. I'm as confused as you are when I saw the stats, but that is what is there. It means they had no shot on target, but they scored. That should tell you that they are not a team that they are serious. And even the first legged match that we played on the league at FC Barcelona, they actually came out to play. Unfortunately for them, Barcelona won, but they actually came out to play. Okay, they played and they tried their best. They tried their best. So that's the Getafe we're talking about. We That's the Getafe that we actually have this season. So I think they are not that Getafe that we used to know, and I think they are a better Getafe this season. Now, coming back to our beautiful club, FC Barcelona, we have a lot of problems, principally our injury disaster to Lamine Yamal and Raphina. Raphina is almost back, but now he is not fit to play this match against Getafe. Lamine Yamal is out for the rest of the season. Hence, we are supposed to play this match against both of them. Okay, and it's now a problem because how are we going to cope against a team like Getafe, who will obviously come and play and alternate between handball and counter-attack? How are we going to cope? Lamine Yamal, the most creative player, Rafinha, the most lethal finisher. What do you think we can actually do? Now, what do I expect from this match? I expect a match where Getafe are going to come here and play contain and counter, because they know that against Barcelona they can't go for the ball. We're going to obviously dominate when it comes to possession, but a possession without scoring goals is going to be a sterile possession. In football, we need to score goals. Goals are the ones that are going to give us points and obviously give us titles. So in football, we actually need to score goals. Now, who are those that can help us score those goals? As of now, we have Wunibaji that can play at the right wing or for at the place for Lamine Yamal. And now, as a left winger, who is going to play? That is the biggest question. That is the biggest dilemma that at FC Barcelona, I think even Hansi Flick is facing issues solving that problem as of now. Rashford, he's not going to be that useful in this match because Rashford is a pacey player. He's that player that excels with pace. Getafe are going to play a low block. So having a Rashford who's a pacey player against a team that are not going to give us space for pacey players is going to be quite useless. Maybe he will be useful with his shots from afar, but maybe we can come in later on in the game. So in that effect, that is why I'll prefer that Hansi Flick can take a bold decision to start Joao Cancelo as a winger in that match. Given that Bade is back, Cancelo is okay. The last time he went out, it was not something bad that was that serious. So he's fit. He trained with the team today. So Cancelo being a very technical player, we need wingers that can cause trouble, look for penalties, dribble, that have technical abilities. Hence, we can capitalize on Cancelo's technical abilities while Balde stays as a left back because we don't have any other winger on the left wing. We don't have any other as at now, apart from maybe Ferran Torres that is now being played as a backup number 9 in the place of aging Lewandowski. We don't have any other winger. Hence, we'll have to try something like that, at least to make sure that we keep a very large point gap before the El-Classico. Because if we have to lose any point before the El-Classico, it's going to be very, very dangerous for us. And also, Hansi Flick needs to learn to, rotate our players more often, especially with these young guys, because if not, we're going to suffer more of injury crisis. Look at what happened to Mark Bernard. He came back, he played, and I mentioned the fact that Mark Bernard playing a lot of high intensity matches, it might cost us a lot because he just came back from a very long injury. Hence, and he accumulated a lot of high intensity matches. He fell out. They said 10 days. We are now more than 10 days, and he's still injured. He's not ready. He's not yet back. That is it. And if we're not careful, we're going to suffer the same thing with most of our players. Frankie de Jong just came back. We have to be careful with him in order not to saturate his muscles. Gavi just came back. We have to be careful with him. Pedri, I'm just very, very scared for Pedri because if Pedri has to break down as of now, we are finished in our club. We are gone. So we have to be very careful. Fermin, we thank God for him. He's really solid. Danny Olmo to have accumulated a lot of high intensity matches. I think as a show, we need to make sure that we keep most of our players fit at least till the El-Clasico because that's our final. After that match, if we have a good point difference, a good point gap before the El-Clasico and we win our El-Clasico, or even if we draw, okay, we can now start, we can now start not doing anything, but at least we can now start, we can now start playing at our own pace. So that because those guys are still going to be useful for us next season and even for their respective countries at the World Cup. Now, without wasting much of our time, I'll pass on to my preferred starting 11. It's going to be on your screen, so you're going to see it on your screen. At goalkeeping position, Juan Garcia will be there. Right back, Jules Koundé. Center defenders, Pau Kubasi and Gerard Martin. Left back, Alejandro Balde. At the midfield, Frenkie de Jong can start as a number 6. Then Pedri start as a number 8. Number 10 position, we can play with Fermin Lopez because he has a good foot left and right to shoot. And against a low block, those qualities might be useful, okay, to shoot from afar. Right winger will need Wunibaji to step up and play as much as he can, cause us problems. Maybe not as compared to Lamine Yamal, but he can give in his best. Number 9, Ferran Torres. Left winger, we can play with Joao Cancelo. Now, as substitute, Joao Cancelo should be substituted by the 60th minute for probably We can bring in Rashford, okay, by the 60th minute to come and try. Maybe he can also try to shoot from afar. We can remove Ferran Torres, rest him, and we bring in Lewandowski to play. Alex Ferran Torres needs to be rested to prepare them for the El-CLASSICO. We can bring in Gavi to come and play, and we can rest Frankie de Jong. We can also bring in maybe Casado to come and play. We can rest Pedri. I mean, we just need to rest those guys. They should not stress themselves out too much. Prediction for the match, I think Barcelona will win, not by a very big score, maybe a 1-0 or a 2-0. Yes, maximum. I don't see Getafe scoring, so we can score 2 goals and we carry the day and probably extend our gap with Real Madrid. Okay guys, we come to the end of our video. Do well to subscribe, like, comment, tell me what you think in the comment section. I'll be reading and replying to all your comments. See you in the next video. Peace. Visca Barça, Visca Catalonia.